morning again. Got Ruby wanting attention. And you see, I just woke up. I still got my sleep apnea mask lines on my face. So I'm gonna start my new videos with telling you, if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, comment, share, all that fun stuff that's involved with these videos. All right, that's done and over with. So just sitting out here enjoying the morning. Luckily, it's only 82 degrees this morning, so it's gonna get hot fast, I believe. I know you guys don't like looking at my ugly mug, so we're going to switch it on over to Oliver because he's the only one still on the bench in his usual spot, trying to sleep. All right. See? Him in his usual spot. Him trying to sleep. All the rest of them are just below camera, playing, doing what they do. Wally's even getting too fat to almost roll over, guys. But there's the rest of them just being the pack, I guess. They all gather around like Wally's the milk mama. It's just too funny. Teddy and they'll keep tearing up paper boxes. We don't know why. Mother and daughter, they're gonna fight anyway. They're just playing, but that's what they do. I think Sue's trying to show her how this time. You bite here, and then you bite there, and then you attack them here. Ankles, baby girl, ankles. See, it's being, they even show them even the parents show them at young ages. Chihuahuas were ankle biters. Ankles. So those are thoughts that go through my head when I watch them play in the mornings. Or anytime. And there's Wally just not giving a shit. He's like, y'all don't bother me, and I'll be good. Wally is just too funny. All that going on, and he's just staring out in the yard. A big boy. All right, let's put that back up. Some of the things I do around here. I don't do much. I talk on camera, clean house, mow the grass. It's the father-daughter duo. Both of them. Both of them like to climb fences. Molly got in trouble the other day for doing it. Uh, the white one, the white and tan right there is Toby. The one next to her is Molly. That is Oliver. Over there's Teddy. Wally. We got Susie right there. And Miss Ruby Page is hanging out there somewhere. Where do I see her? There's Miss Ruby. And Stella. Stanley's not here yet. Sorry, guys. Got it all crazy. Yeah, I have about 7. No. Sorry. You can go to your local shelter and rescue your own. I mean, all these are rescues. They came from bad situations. So they're all here just since my stroke, they're all I have, so I'm not getting rid of any of them. They're the reasons I have to get up in the mornings and do things, so I guess you'd call them my lifeline. I love all my little doggies. But yeah, anybody that would like one, I mean, all you got to do is do like we did and go to an animal shelter and pick one out. Or Humane Society. We've rescued a couple from having to go in that place. Then we got cats, or the kittens from other people that were just mean to them, so we got them. Oh, there they go. It's the morning time, the ritual. They hear a noise, they bark and take off. But yeah, the picture right now is boring because they're all took off. Dogs, cats, animals, and kids. Never do what you're told. What's up, 2B? Oh, that's too funny. Toby was down there looking at me, so I said, "What's up?" And he was going to run up here and probably jump in my lap, but a smell got him and he had to stop. He's like, "Nope, I smell something. What is it?" All right, well, the dogs have left. They're out in the yard. So we'll watch Stella, who looks like she's mad at the world. She's probably mad because she hasn't went in yet, and I haven't got up to open the door. What's up, 2B? 2B. 2B or not 2B? That is the question, isn't it, 2B? Say hello. Turn around. Say hi. Look. No. This way. See. Hi. I know you don't like the camera, but you're gonna have to get used to them. It's gonna be in your face. Oh, he's such a booger. He's clingy too. They all are. But when I could sneak someone on one time, they're happy. You can't have my coffee, pet. That's my coffee, man. I know. He's just a baby. He's definitely. He's a good guy. He does some bad habits, but for the most part, they're good. And he'll probably sit here until somebody makes a noise. Because once something startles him or gets him riled up, yes, I'm talking about you. You're going to take off. Yes, you will. You will run. Dentitos. However it said. Oh, little teeth. That still cracks me up. That's what my son-in-law calls them. Dentitos. Hi. You hear that banging going on? Uh-oh. Here comes the rest. We're going to have jealousy going on. What about me? Pick me up too. My lap's only big enough. Yeah. Sit here. Let's just put it on Molly real quick because she come up here. Shit. Back and forth. Can't make up my mind. There she is. Everybody would probably rather see Molly than me. It's not anything to do with you, but they probably like watching you too, but with my ugly face in there, we're good. We're good. Good evening, Crunch, or good afternoon. I'm up early, so it might not be too late for you. How's it going, brother? You doing all right? Oh, Ruby decided to join. She's like, look, I'm on TV. Well, that's good to hear. I wish I had the video of the first time Lucy, the other dog I had, the first time that she saw herself on TV. She come unglued. I'm doing good. I mean, I had a good night. I woke up a little early. But again, I woke up on the right side of the dirt this morning, so that's a plus. So I'm just out having my coffee, doing my usual. See if I can get people to watch the dogs, make comments. They do all right watching, but very few comment. And I'm good with that. I can talk to myself because I'm used to talking to dogs that never listen or talk back. So Susu, she's still down there trying to show Molly how to fight. There they go. I'll tell you. Oliver, behave. He was standing at the top of the steps like he was a security guard to the club outside. And wanted to bark at everybody when they wanted to go out. That's too funny. He said, "I'm at the club." And there they go. They're gonna go stand over here by this fence and raise Cain with the neighbors. Hi. I can't read your name. I'm kind of crooked looking at the screen, but good morning. Hello. Thanks for tuning in. All the dogs are at the fence, barking at the neighbors. Neighbor dogs, I should say. But yes, it's what they do when they hear noises. They take off. I'm gonna get you. That's why that fence is there. I have another fence that runs the property line behind the garage there. But I put this fence here as a divider fence to keep them away from being that close to the neighbor dog, if that makes sense. And I have a pen if I want to get a chicken or a goat. I should get chickens just to make other people mad that wanted chickens before. I don't want chickens, trust me. Oh, there's Ollie. A white boy. There he goes. If he's out by himself, then he's probably got to do some business. We'll let him alone and do his business. So now nobody's up here with me. Even Stella, she's turned her back on me. Yeah, a goat would be good. I wouldn't those fainting goats. Of course, I think he would be all fainted out because the dogs would scare him half to death, and he would literally run and bloop. That's too funny. Yeah. I'd still have to mow the yard some because I wouldn't let a goat roam the yard, but I'd let him eat all them out back there in a heartbeat. He'd be a great weed eater in that little area. I should look into that and see if I'm allowed to have a goat. And I'll get me a baby goat and raise him up, and he'll think he's a dog, like my cats do sometimes. I mean, Stanley, he's so bad. I used to call him Cat Dog because he literally a cat, but he thinks he was a dog. He would run to the fence when the dogs were running and barking. He'd run out there like he was part of it. I'm like, you ain't got to do nothing. Well, it's going to be bumpy, guys, because my fat fingers are going to get in the way. But nobody's up here, so I've got a couple of them there on the porch. The brother and sister. What was that cartoon with the brother and sister superhero cartoons people? I can't remember the name of it. That's who they remind me of. If anybody knows, leave a comment. I just can't think of the name of it. See, Crunch, I don't need goats. Wally's over there mowing grass now. What is the name of that movie, that cartoon? Because they used to touch rings and say something about twins activate. That's going to bother me all day. And it just shows you how my mind works some days. Yeah, there's certain blades of grass that dogs munch on. It settles their stomach. And then there's certain blades of grass they munch on that upset their stomach so they can get rid of whatever's bothering them. Was it Wonder Twins activate? See, I'm sorry guys, but I'm stuck on trying to remember that silly cartoon as a kid. I can't remember the name of it. That's just hilarious. I have a bored mind and it wanders off into the dumbest places. Hello. I don't know, you can't pronounce your name, but hi. Whatever happened to easy things? Easy name. I may just seen that. I was thinking about other things and wasn't even reading comments and looking. I'm sorry, guys. Good morning, everyone. New, watching, not. Oliver watering the bushes. That's my big milk cow there, Wally. He's like, let me get upset. There's Miss Moo. Molly Moo, how do you do? Hi. You're just gonna get right up in everybody's space, aren't you? She said, I'm not camera shy. Okay, then, Titos. I gotta sit. As Tiffany would say, yes, Wally is a pit bull. Just for a second. Let me get seated. Yep, he's a pit. He's part of the breed that everybody thinks is so dangerous, which he's not. I mean, all dogs can be mean. The meanest one I have is this little white guy right here. Because, well, for one, he's old. For two, when he just doesn't want to be bothered, he gonna let you know he don't want to be bothered. So he's my meanest, but he's also a sweet one. And of course the puppies, or the young little dogs now, they're almost a full year old, so we can't call them puppies anymore. But they like to fight like cats and dogs, and they even chase the cats, and the cats will play with them. But when they get too rough, then the cats remind them that I can mess you up, buddy. I have claws, and I don't let that fat guy trim my stuff. You want me to open the door to your little kitty house? Somebody done went and closed it, didn't they? Said, how am I supposed to sleep at night? That's how chill he is. They're barking, and he ain't moving. Neither's Ollie. He's like, yeah, it's not that important to me. All right, I'm shaking too much, so let me try to put this back in my tripod. Sorry about the noise and the mess and the shakiness. All right, I got it put back up. Now you guys won't get seasick. What's up, OG? How's it going? You made anybody pee their pants laughing so hard lately? Shit. That coffee went down totally the wrong way. And came up the wrong way. Shit. That'll be a great news story. Man chokes to death doing live video on coffee. What a terrible way to go. But if it's uploaded, then I'd probably get 1 million views. I wouldn't be dead. Wouldn't be able to enjoy it, but I would be on the internet forever. My cats are weird. They much rather you play with them than pet them. I blame that on their mother when she was here, because that's what she would do with them, is play with her feet with them, and that's what they like. They like being petted with feet. My cats have foot fetishes. Hi. Don't you scratch me. Cool, and make an extra caffeine coffee. I know that feeling. I had some coffee like that the other morning. My daughter made. Enough. People must love walking by my house. I think it's funny. I hardly hear it unless I'm trying to do a video. But my brother, he flips out all the time. He's like, shut up. Java the hot. Yep. Java is coffee. Yes. A bunch of dogs catcalling. They must be walking in front of my house because they keep running up and down the fence. I think some people just stand out there just to aggravate them. Oh shit. They moved up to this corner of the house, and then they're off again. Down to this corner. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what they're saying. Hey girl, shake that tail. Where you going? I like it because it's probably the most exercise Wally's had. in weeks. Him running around. It's just a guy walking around. Said he got a head start. He said, I'm going to get to this corner because he's coming this way. Ruby's got a... She's the one. Gets everybody going. Yeah. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Hey, Mr. Watch. Stop. Look what I can do. There's Toby Wallace. Now that he's passed by, it's back to calmness. A little black dot out there, that's Stanley. He's home, but he's in the yard chilling. Stella's right here. At least it's quieted for a minute or two. Till the next one. Well, can't sit down because nobody came back up here. Well, that was a 360 view, and I didn't even mean to do one. So did you have to work last night, OG, or you just up early this morning for the hell of it? Oh, I gotta sit back down. Stella, I tried to let you in the house earlier. I promise one day I'm gonna get my porch cleaned off the right way. I get it halfway cleaned up, and sometimes I just end up putting shit back on it. And of course, it's not all me. Yeah, some people can't handle the truth, man. If he is and you called him out on his bullshit, then that's just life. If he can't take it, then the hell with him. Yeah, I wouldn't know if that's guts or not. Their crunch, some people just do not take, well, I guess when you have a manager, I guess he's your boss, so whenever they try to tell you what to do and they don't know what to do themselves, that's kind of a bad situation. So you have to call them out on their bullshit. Can't let anybody walk on you, whether they give you a paycheck or give you a piece of ass. I mean, nobody's allowed to just walk all over somebody. You should never let that happen. They give you shit, you give it back. And to be honest, some people really have no clue that they're fucking stupid, and you have to remind them of that. I mean, that's all part of life. I've ran a couple businesses. If I got mad and see, that's the problem with it. Shit, is everybody thinks they're gonna tell on you, because that's what it is. HR is nothing but the teacher. I'm telling, or the mama. I'm telling. HR it's a tactic to scare people or whatever. But I would tell HR real fast if I said something somebody else didn't like, it's not my damn problem. And my famous line for everybody is, I was looking for work when I found this job. Fuck you. And that's exactly what I do. That was the beauty about, if you're good at your job or good at what you do, and it's a plentiful job, then you have no problems. You shouldn't have to work at a shitty company. Yes, I know. I've had, like I said, I ran businesses before. Hell, I own a wood flooring business forever. And I knew what I was doing, but some people look at things differently and know a different way to do it that could be easier and more sufficient. So it's always good to listen to, no matter who it is, even if it was a new guy you just hired today. Yeah, I know. But this keeps my conversation going. Yeah. They get, people freak out about, hey, I'm telling HR. They're like, man, what are you going to do? Fire me? There you go. See, you're bettering it for other people. And in that way, he'll sit back and think about it, about the day that OG told him about his ass, and here we are. Yeah, well, we were raised, I'm pretty sure OG's probably about my age or close to it, but around here, everybody was raised to, don't take shit off of anybody. I don't give a shit who it is. Yeah, that's the problem. People let egos and pride get in their way about a lot of shit. I've been known to do it. Sometimes it costs you dearly, and shit happens about egos and pride. Yeah, it just means you're a hard worker and you take your job seriously. Yeah, that's always fun. I remember when I went to school to learn how to drive a truck and all that stuff, and my trainer was like, oh, was he? He was in his 20s, early 20s. I was in my 40s. Yeah, Gen X is different. And I was in my 40s, and we were sitting around, and one of his buddies looked at me and goes, how does it feel to have a young kid showing you what to do and telling you what to do? I said, it doesn't bother me a bit, for the simple fact that he knows this job and I don't, and I'm here to learn. So if he wants to tell me something, I'm cool with it. If I do something wrong and he wants to yell at me, I'm cool with it, because that's just straight up life. It would be no different than me trying to show him how to lay hardwood floors and tile. If he's never done it, then of course he's going to have to listen to me. Age is nothing but a number, but yeah, I never yell. I've never been one to scream at somebody. I will look them dead in the face and ask them if they're stupid or what the fuck were you thinking, but it's not yelling. It's more of a, what the fuck were you thinking? Did you have a brain fart or something that popped up in your head? You can get your point across without yelling and talking. I get that. I don't look street, as you would call it, but I do look like that I'll bust you in the mouth if you say something wrong. And I won't. I'll just walk away. I don't need to fight to keep a job, and I don't need to be treated like shit to keep one. Right. But sometimes you just got to tell people about their ass. And at least you know. Some people don't have to intimidate bosses, just the look alone. You could look at a boss and, well, he said he's twice their age, so those young kids probably look at him and think, oh shit. He's from the original Fuck Around and Find Out. We're about to find out because we fucked around. So just that factor alone can freak people out. Yes. You don't even have to be anything. It's just body language and stuff. And what people forget is respect. They don't have it. I give respect, but I also respect myself enough to let somebody know that you ain't fucking doing that to me. You ain't talking shit. And if you are, then we're going to go back to playground rules and I'll see you after school. Yes. If they're not certain what you're going to do, then they don't know what to say or how to say it. Draw hesitation. You're like, back up. Yeah, I never say it's intimidation. But yeah, you have to carry yourself as, you can talk to me, you can yell at me, but don't cross that line. Because sometimes you'll let that mouth write a check that ass can't cash. Not very many people are afraid to lose their jobs or any of that shit because there's so many of them out there. It might not be something you want to do, but you have to do what you have to do. I got you. That's my kind of personality right there. I was never one to talk to management and all that shit or whatever. I'd be like, yep, do my job and go on about my business. I think that's why I hate like fast food. Fast food reminds me of school. Just, you got your ass kissers that got their nose so far up the manager's ass that they know what they're having for dinner last night. And things like that. And that was never me. I just go in and do my job and go home. if I didn't know you before we started this job, then we sure ain't friends. And you probably know this one, OG, but when I start a job and everybody thinks that you're friends and all this shit and you're gonna do for them, I'd be like, I look them dead in the face and be like, do I know you? Did we go to elementary school together? Yeah, I love that word because power goes to people's heads and they forget that they weigh 110 pounds soaking wet with a brick in their pocket, and they should not run their mouth to somebody that will bust them upside the head if they do. But they get that power trip. I'm the boss. I don't know how it is like where you're at, Crunch, but here, if you give somebody any kind of little bit of authority, whether it's assistant manager or whatever, and the power to tell people to do their job, they take that overboard and think they can tell you how to do your job, their job, how life should be. They just overstep with their authority is the word. So that's when they get on a power trip is what we call it. And the only key word in that is trip, because you might be tripping thinking you can run your damn mouth. Ollie. See, everyone, how better these conversations go when people chime in and we find something to talk about. We're boring Oliver back to sleep again. But yeah, when I ran my flooring company and all that stuff, I would always ask, hey, would you do? And that's the worst kind, because people who understand the consequences of their actions, that are not afraid to deal with those consequences, those are the ones that you look out for. Especially somebody that's been to jail that ain't afraid to go back and say what's up to a few friends they haven't seen in a while. That's a blood type, B positive. It's not how you should be. Bum. I've never been to jail, but I've never been afraid to rock that orange jumpsuit either. So that's the difference there. Yes. That's what go back means. I know a lot of good people that's been to jail. I know some good people that's been to prison. It's when you mess up, you basically get put in timeout. If you learn your lesson, then you get to go. I don't care if somebody's been to jail, especially if it's for something they believe in or something stupid. Now you robbing and stealing from people. I don't want to be around you. But if you went to jail for busting somebody in the mouth, because you can be arrested for that, hey, that's cool. You're standing up for yourself. But yeah, back to jail is that's a big thing. Damn, Waller, you're rocking the world, buddy. He said I got an itch. I got an itch, Dad. You ever been to Jail Crunch? I used to be the same way in school. Everybody thought I was just a mean ass, but I was cool to the quiet kids and the kids that didn't say anything, but and all that. So whenever the people wanted to pick on the quiet kids, I would be there. Okay, you have a very short fuse when somebody does something that's basically disrespectful. So nothing wrong with that. That's why I laugh, because people's like, I'll do this and I'll do that, and it's like, you better know who you're talking to before you start saying stuff. And rudeness, I don't like it either. I had that shit happen when I was a kid. I was hanging out with a real good friend of mine. Amen, brother. I know that. I want my peace too. We all have to live in this world, so. He's almost been into a fight for every pound that you weigh, Crunch. So anybody that grew up with OG, they understand that if he likes you, he's gonna be with you 100%. Somebody being rude or whatever, it's on. I get that. I used to fight a lot when I was a kid. I couldn't tell you how many I got into, but there's been a few. Rudeness and being disrespectful. He even said that. You know, he didn't like rudeness. No, but everybody that stepped up to you knew that you were going to throw hands. I mean, you cross that line and you're going to get what you get. And that's just part of life, of having respect for yourself and your beliefs. I respect that real well. Well, but yeah, That's the whole thing with the new generation and stuff is nobody was taught respect. You are to be seen and not heard. That was my mother's rule. When she was had my grandma over and having coffee, or my aunt and all them, or anybody was over. You can be seen but not heard. This is a grown-up conversation. You can be in it. You can be around it, but don't join in it because you're too little to know anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I saw that. I saw a video of that yesterday. It was some dumbass. There was guys out there holding flags for whatever reason, American flags, and some dumbass come out and took a flag from a pole in front of somebody and threw it on the ground. Well, that somebody happened to be somebody that respected the flag, so he asked, basically looked at the dude, said, "What the fuck are you doing?" And the dude pushed him. And then the video commenced of dude beating his ass until his little girlfriend got out of the car and made him get back in his car so they could drive away. I laughed my ass off about that. Just because you don't like something does not mean that you can disrespect somebody else's beliefs. Just don't like it and walk the fuck away. That's just life. But if you're going to try to insert your opinion on someone else, then you have to take the consequences of their opinion. Sometimes it's an ass whooping, and sometimes it's even worse. The moral of the story is know who you're talking to before you talk to them. That's funny you mentioned that, because if you look at my videos, my front tooth is chipped. It has been chipped since I was 9 years old. Because I went to a friend of mine's house one morning, knocked on the door, and his older brother answered it. His older brother was a fucking dick. I ended up whooping his ass later on, but he opened the door up, and I was like, "Hey, is so-and-so here?" And he's like, "Sure, come on in." And when I went to walk in, he started to close the door in my face, and it hit me right in the face and chipped my tooth. I never got it fixed. I won't now, because, hell, that's been 40 years ago. So it's like, I carried it around like a badge of honor and a reminder. Don't trust anyone. Even people you know will slam a door in your face. They don't give a fuck. So, I never fixed it. I carry it around as a badge of honor and a reminder. Like I said, I've been in a few fights. I get that. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to protect people, especially good people. I have the same situations that go on. I'm so mad these days about a good person being stepped on that they should feel lucky that I can control myself, and I haven't gotten in my car and decided to go deal with that. But I said I wouldn't, so I won't. That's true. So many people just turn a blind eye to bad things that happen. And when you do that, then bad things are going to continue to happen. The only kind of fights that I won't get in the middle of are domestic. A man and woman fighting, just walk away because you can't fix that. You try to get into it and fix it, then the police show up and she's all lovey-dovey with him going, he didn't do nothing wrong. That guy was the aggressor. Knowing damn well she's going to go home at night while you're sitting in jail and going to get her ass beat some more. But she's like, look, baby, I stood up. I told him there wasn't nothing wrong. So I learned a long time ago, when it's couples, shit, just walk away. Well, now this day and age, you can pull out a video camera and be like, see, this is what he was doing. And this is all I said. And then he started to swing and I beat his ass. So if you can record yourself being a nice guy, then you could probably get away with it. But men and women, when they get into a fight, shit, I know to keep my mouth shut. It's a bad way to look at it because, I mean, that's how it is. Domestics are just terrible. So that being said, men, if you don't like your women, just leave. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be mean, abusive. Just walk away. I promise you, God made more than just her. There's no sense in that. That's my public service announcement of the day. But yeah, if more people stood up for more people, then this would be a better place. And not just walking away like, oh my goodness, there's trouble. A kid, Garnet Logan said, evil thrives when good men do nothing. Yes, I've read that exact same thing. And I agree. Evil will thrive if good people do nothing. And that's terrible. But it is the truth. Yes. And that's another thing about domestic is, like you said, if he will hurt the woman he loves, he has no qualms trying to kill you later. And later means, well, you're at the grocery store, bent down, picking up a can of whatever on the bottom shelf, that they will walk up and basically, what we call it was sneak you. And it's too late. But I let it go to a certain extent. Like I said, this day and age, you could just put your phone on record and be like, look, I told him he just shouldn't do that. And then he wanted to tell me that mind my own business. And I said, I am. Unfortunately, you're in my business because you're in my space. So things that happen around me, is my concern and my business. Yes, whether it's alcohol or drugs, I know that. There's usually that underlying factor. And people on drugs are, they're unstable. That's all I can say about that. They might be good people when they're not, but when they're on it, it's it's not good. But just my car accident when I was 15, because before I was 15, I was voted most likely to end up in prison because I had a chip on my shoulder and I didn't give a shit who knew it. I was 13, 14, 15, thought I could whoop the world's ass. I didn't care. And then when I got in my car accident, it almost killed me. I woke up and realized life's too short. So I went the opposite direction and I keep quiet. I stayed to myself. Now before my stroke, I would just keep quiet and stay to myself. And if you flip that switch, then you have to deal with the consequences. Now after my stroke, I still stay quiet and keep to myself. But I don't leave this house without a pocket pistol because, well, I can't fight anymore. And I'm not about to be a victim. So watch out for the quiet ones too. I totally get that. I might get ornery again too, but for now, I'm not passive. I'm just quiet. I will still speak my piece, but I try to choose my words wisely and speak it to where I get my point across and try not to piss anybody off. But if my opinion pisses you off and you want to do something about it, just know that I'm white. That bulge in my pocket is not what you think it is. Yes, rudeness. Everybody thinks that they can put their opinions on somebody else, and we're supposed to abide by how they feel. Since when is your opinion more important than mine? It's not. Never has been. I never will be. Whoa. And Susie put a period on that one. Yes. It's like they tied up all their respect in their man bun and forgot about it. I blame that on gentle parenting. I'm sorry, but some kids just need their ass busted. Period. And I don't give a shit if it's your parents busting your ass or if it was a teacher at school. We used to get paddles too. And they should bring that back. It's like, look, it's respect. And if you don't want your kids to have their ass busted, then I suggest you don't send them to school. Or you send them with respect and they won't get their ass busted. Yeah, I know that's right. There's a few out there. I mean, I raised my daughter to respect everybody and be a nice person, but I also raised her not to take shit from anybody. So she's a little younger, but she still has Gen X beliefs because that's how she was raised. And everybody's like, I'm not going to whip my children because I was whipped and I have trauma. Yeah, I had trauma. I had trauma on my backside when that ass whooping came. But everything that I got my ass busted for, if you sit back and look at it, asshole, you deserved it. So it's like, okay, don't do that no more. But nobody's taught respect anymore. I mean, we knew that was going out the window as soon as they stopped saying the Pledge of Allegiance in the schools. You can't do a simple task of respecting a flag in our country, then you sure in the hell ain't gonna respect anybody in it. It got worse because people kept talking about it. I think Morgan Freeman said it best. If people would stop talking about it, we wouldn't have it. And he said he's not an African American, he's not a black man, he's a human, just straight man. So if you stop looking at color and all that stuff, then it's a lot easier to get rid of racism. But now you can have an opinion of something and you are racist. Yes. And you can have an opinion about something, but you are racist. I mean, I laugh my ass off. I had people call me racist before, and I laugh. I'm like, I'm not racist. When I was driving truck and I was a trainer, people look at me and I'm basically the definition of the word skinhead. I'm bald, goatee, tattoos, brown eyes. I just look like somebody that is that way. And I would laugh and I'd be like, I'm not racist at all. Used to be a little prejudiced when I was younger, but that's being a kid and being young and dumb. Didn't know any better and listened to other folks. And it's like, no. But now I have a trump card because my son-in-law's, he's Dominic. He's not Dominic. He's from the Dominican Republic. And he's black. So I got 2 of those cards checked off. Foreigner and different color. And he's the best thing since sliced bread to me. I mean, he treats my daughter like a queen. And that's all I can ask for from any man. Is you be nice and you be respectful, and then you're just a man. But if you're going to act like an ass, then I'm going to call you an ass. And now I even got them both trying to teach me Spanish. They might be. I don't know their culture very well, but I do know that he was talking that because she used to go to work in the Dominic is where they met. She was working there and stuff, and he when they met and all that. There's places with with her being white, American, and a female, that she shouldn't go. And he helped her with it and showed her the culture and all this stuff. And to this day, he says when he goes back home and she goes with him and they go somewhere, they have a certain car that they take because the windows are just black tinted out and nobody can see inside and tell that he has a little white girl with him, so to speak. And he said it's just to keep everybody safe. So I get it. I worry about her all the time when she goes, but I know him, and I'm not for sure who would whoop your ass faster, her or him. But and the cool part is they're both trying to teach me some Spanish. I have them send me things in the day, and my daughter, she sends it to me, and she spells out a sentence in Spanish. She says what it means in English, and then she slowly says it in the microphone so I can try to learn it. I'm working on, hey, what's up? Rolling. I'm working on OG's here this morning as well. So now I'm working on learning phrases and things in Spanish. The one I'm working on is I have 2 cats and 7 dogs at my house, in my house. And I would try to say it right now how it is in Spanish, but it's no bueno. My Spanish is not good. How's your day going, Rolling? Yeah. OG has livened up the talk room this morning. He's been in a good mood, talking about other things other than jokes. He was talking about life, shit, how it is. You might be able to go back and read and catch up to what we were talking about. But basically, the conversation was about the FO group and the ones that have zero respect. There you go. Do you serve those in gravy or on a tortilla? Hell yeah. Did you get to go fishing? I know you said you wanted to. I didn't know if something popped up. Did you get to drown a worm or two? Hey, you back again? 2B Wallace back in my lap. Famous quote. Yes, they are. They're eating the dogs and they're eating the cats, which is bad. I mean, they would come to my house and think I had a buffet line standing out. There's another train. Whoop, whoop. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Yeah, we definitely have. 4 score and 7 years ago, our forefathers. I had forefathers. That must have been one hell of a party mom went to. Ah, yeah. Be like, what the hell? Oh no, he didn't say that. That and the other day when I guess something, I think it was, he dropped the F bomb and everybody was shocked. I'm like, look, we're all human. And I can promise you, everybody has used the word because even little kids have run around and said, what the fuck? Bullshit? That's bullshit. So everybody's used the word. Don't trip out because the orange man used it and you don't like it. Because if we're getting on words that people don't like, then I'm sorry. Non binary is a word that, hell, I don't understand for one. It's actually a nickname. Did he get that from Stormy? Is jaundice. Oh, I got it now. I didn't quite read that correctly the first time. His middle name is Jaundice. Ah, I caught the orange joke now. I thought you said his middle name was John. You gotta finish what you're reading, boy. Ash, you could have went in. I thought we were done. Sorry about that. I had to. Well, Rolly mentioned the second cup of coffee, and I was like, I'm fresh out, so I went and made one. Billerubs. So I'm back. I tried to let Stella in the house. But one night it was late and she was hungry. And I put her bowl right up there where she's sitting for her to eat because I don't let her in my house at night because she does bad things when I sleep. She's a good kitty, but she does bad things when I sleep. So now she sits out here and thinks I'm going to bring her dinner outside, and it's like, it's inside. I love you, but I'm not going to be a caterer. So I've got my second cup of coffee. I'll get all that down before I get my day started. And I've got a few things on my to-do list. I just got to remember to look at my to-do list and get them done. My daughter, she sends me to-do lists all the time of things I need to do because I forget a lot of things that I need to do. They just don't seem important to me, but they actually are important. I just don't remember to do them. It must be because I know the word and I know the meaning, but I couldn't have spelled it. Exponential. Yeah, I'm not the smartest tool in the shed, but I don't talk street, but I can I can handle myself in the street. I know how to act accordingly, I guess. I've never been book smart, but I have been common sense and life smart for a very long time. Yes, I think that's some of my problem is I don't know how to look at it because I think I've developed a little bit of OCD since my stroke because mess and clutter, it drives me insane. I don't know what it is, but I don't mind a house that's full of stuff, but it has to be put in its place. And I can't have things just laying around. It's just overwhelming. Yeah. If it was a disorder, then every drill sergeant in the military would not be a drill sergeant. They would be on a paycheck for having a disorder. Disorder. And it's all about order. That is ironic. So yeah, I've been battling that issue and trying to get everything cleaned up, put away. It's been a process. It's a big house. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and it's full. So I'm trying to get things into what I can deal with these days in life and what gives me peace. So it's new to me. I've always had a clean house, but it was always me for the longest time, just by myself, being a bachelor and all that. And I had things where they went. I had a room that was I call it my catch-all, because all the overflow and the things that I liked and I wanted to keep, but I just didn't have a place for them. They would sit in that room, and it's like, okay, it's out of my face, so I don't have to see it. So I can do that now, but I gotta have order in the court. And it can be a bad thing. I made jokes about it when I first got done having my stroke. And I'd get up and clean the kitchen, put everything where it goes. Yeah, I get that. I think that's where people butt heads is. I gotta have things a certain way too. And I absolutely hate the saying, happy wife, happy life. I'm pretty sure I invited that person into my life. So if I'm not happy, then I don't give a shit who else ain't happy. I'm not fucking happy. So let's make each other happy. So yeah, I like the saying, happy house, happy spouse. That works. But yeah, my feelings and my wants are just as important as any woman I'm with. And it should be that way. It goes back to that word respect we were talking about earlier. It's a two-way street. Good morning, Linda. How are you this morning? I hope you're doing well. We're having crazy discussions, but we know you stop in to see the dogs and things. And we have Toby there. I have to let Wally out of the house because he went in when I made coffee, and now he wants out. Always something with dogs. Up, down, up, down. I'm not going in. Hey, I've told you I've had the door open 3 or 4 times. You keep yelling at me. All you gotta do is go in the house. Yep, that's her handle, Boo. But her name's Linda. That's funny. Well, love you too, and I'm glad you're doing all right these days. Because you had me worried when I didn't hear from you. And yes, I will say hello to all the doggies and stuff. You can join in on the conversation. I mean, you're a little bit older than we are, so you definitely probably got opinions about what we were talking about. But I understand if you want to keep them to yourself. to be a ghost. I'm not for sure if they really are real or not. I've never seen one. I've heard about ghosts, but I'm pretty sure I would like to be one, just to go places and see things and basically become that fly on the wall everybody has always talked about. That would be awesome. And then when you find out, oh, this person really thought this about me. That sounds delicious. Fresh corn from the farm stand. Well, you be safe out there shopping and don't squeeze the tomatoes too hard. Yeah, but he was a friendly ghost. I totally get that. I was really upset at the time that I didn't realize that, you know, Scooby-Doo and them were stoners. As a kid, I didn't know that. I just thought they were into crazy shit. And then when I got older, I realized, uh-oh. It's always good to hear from Linda. We've talked about food recipes and stuff sometimes because she has great ideas on food. I wish she lived near me too. I get bored some days and would like to sit down, have some coffee, shoot the shit with people. So this is the closest thing that I get to being around is I get out here and do live videos. So do you have any plans for your fresh corn? If you shuck, don't forget to jive. I ain't had that in a while. Some fresh corn. I should probably pick up a couple ears and throw them on the grill. Except I don't have a grill because it died. I could smoke them, but I think grilled corn is better. See, great minds think alike. Grilled corn, whatever you're gonna make with it. I wish you lived by too. I want to come to your house and eat. It's early in the morning. Now you talking food. So when I get off of here, I'm gonna have to go in the house and see exactly what I want to take out for dinner. I always thought sweet peas were the candy of the veggies because I like peas. Yes, I remember you were Italian, and I would get fed with some of the most delicious food in this world is Italian food. And since you're Italian, then you cook it really well. Because some of that stuff you talking about making sounds delicious. I just wish I knew how. Yes, it is that time of year for fresh veggies and stuff. I went to the store yesterday and brought me home an avocado. I've never bought one before. Chickpeas on the internet. Yeah. I like fresh vegetables. Because when I bought the avocado the other day, yesterday, I had thoughts in my head that I would like some fried squash and fried zucchini. It just sounds yummy. Nah, I get it. Chickpeas. You have a great day as well. And you're always in my thoughts, and I want to make for sure you're okay. So check in from time to time, and you be safe and enjoy your day. What did you get into? Got your Cholula. Yes, I like a little spice on a lot of things. Give me some Cholula. And I've been making salsa. Every time I run out, I make more. That shit just goes good on everything. It's got some heat, some spice. Yummy. I don't really care for a lot of vegetables. I mean, there's some people that eat rhubarb or whatever it's called. I don't even, I barely even know what the fruit looks like. Or the veggie. Sorry. So I'm not going to eat it. Damn, you serious about that stuff? Most people carry a gun on their side, and you got a holster for your Cholula. Back up, everybody. This needs a little heat. Oh, shit. I like Cholula. Actually, I have a salt and pepper shaker of a little Chihuahua dog and a sombrero, and it holds salt and pepper. I took the salt and pepper out and replaced it with 2 bottles of Cholula that I've never opened, so it sits there holding hot sauce. Now look at this dirty boy. Look at his head. Oh shit. Sorry. Move this tripod and it falls apart. I'm gonna throw this thing out the damn window. It's good to hold a thing still. Uh-huh. Pepper spray. Yeah, I guess people would frown if you pulled out a giant can of that and started spraying French fries and shit, choking up the whole room. Be like, I like a little spice on my food. I like a little spice, a ruby. A ruby. A ruby ruby. I just had coffee this morning. I'm on a little sleep for the second day in a row. I was up past midnight. shooting the shit with a dear friend, and the dogs woke me up early this morning, so yeah, I've had that too. A lot of head trauma. So around here, we all fit in. But yeah, my silliness and shit is no sleep. I woke up with coffee. Haven't had any drugs yet. Well, except for blood pressure medicine, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't do anything to me. But being tired makes me silly. Yes, it does. Fit right in with your comedy, because I think everybody should laugh. Life is too short not to just laugh your way through it. What you got there, bud? Can I have that? Hey, come here. He is so funny. Teddy had something in his mouth. He does it all the time. When he has something he's not supposed to have, I'm like, can I have that? And he turns around and drops it and walks away. He's like, all right, Dad don't want me to have it, but I'm not taking it to him. Get off your fat ass and pick it up yourself. That's what I did. Little turd. Yes, I know. It makes it even worse. The funniest thing I ever told a woman was she looked me dead in the face and said, who do you plan on pleasing with that thing? And I told her honestly, me. I'm sorry if you thought sex was about you, but it's not. Oh, it's not. Yes, laughing at someone with erectile dysfunction, it's 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 hard for you not to laugh, but it's not hard to get over it. See, now you're on stories of my whole life. I know for a fact I got two ex-wives that'll tell you, have you seen the size of his hands? I've always had big hands, so I laugh and say that's why they married me, was the size of my hands and my fingers. My last wedding band was I think 16 and a quarter was the size of that ring. And I really needed it stretched a little bit more, but they're like, that's as big as we can get it. And they ordered a 14 is what they had. and they stretched it out to fit. So yes, that statement is correct. If that don't work, my middle fingers will. Yeah, I guess I did well. I just think that stuff like that's funny because you touching on basically my life story as we're talking about this conversation. I like sex, but sex is overrated in a marriage because if that's all you guys got together, then you in for a world of disappointment later on. Yep, that's what they get in the end. But yeah, later on, much later, we'll have a different conversation about what we're talking about now. It'll be an interesting one. It's going to be a fun one because I just found out some shit that I had no clue about. And everything. So we'll focus on the dogs and hanging out here until I decide to bring it to light, I guess. I know the word I want to use, but I can't say it because it won't come out correctly. I was so mad at myself the other day. I was riding somewhere with my daughter, and for 5 minutes, she didn't let it go on for 5 minutes, but it seemed like 5 minutes. I kept trying to say this word. I know the word. I know how to say it, but I could not get my lips and my mouth to form the way it needed to form to say that word. And I kept trying and trying. She finally spit it out. I'm like, yeah, that word. I don't remember the word, and if I did, yep, it was the N word. No. Because that's the only N word I use. No. That not gonna happen. Because that's part of that racism thing we were having. People talking about it. The N word. The N word is no. That's the dirty word. But yeah, I hate it that these days that I have things that are I know are in my head. I know what I want to say, but I can't get them to come out. And that is very frustrating. And then I also noticed on my videos when I do talking and stuff that the right side of my mouth does not coincide with the left side. They don't do the same thing. It kind of just sits there. I'm like, ugh. Yeah, I'm not scared to say it either. But some big words, I wish she was here because she could tell you the word. And it's an easy word. But I forgot what it was. And even if I remembered, we would spend 5 minutes of me trying to pronounce it until somebody said it. And I'm like, yeah, that word. So I just put it in my brain to, you can't say that word, so forget about it. Don't even use it. limitations, I guess. You should know them and what they are. Yeah, that's about the only reason I bite my tongue is out of respect. Because I'm battling that issue right now. I have respect for this person, tremendous amount, and they asked me not to say something, and I also want to say something, but I reconnecting. Oh shit! I guess it went away for a second. Sorry, guys. I used to. I mean, that was the thing as a kid. It's not the fight or the argument. It's the adrenaline rush when it's about to happen. And when you tell somebody about their ass, and then you're like, either they're gonna take it nicely or we're gonna have to throw hands. But we're about to find out. And that was always exciting. Yep, I agree. We have the freedom to say what we want as long as you're brave enough to say it. And see, people forget that bravery comes with consequences, actions, and consequences. I guess they should teach, I don't know whose law it was, somebody's, but for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. They need to drill that in people's heads these days. Because you can take action on anything, but just know that there's going to be a reaction for that. And if you're not ready for the reaction, then you probably shouldn't take action. Yes. Oh, I respect people that say it like it is. I'd rather if you think I'm a dickhead or an asshole, you tell me that I'm a dickhead or an asshole. Just don't go telling 27 people until it gets back to me. I mean, have the balls to tell it to my face. And I'm good with that. If they're respectful about it, I can tell them, look, I respect your opinion. That's cool. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. So we can leave it at that. But after you voice your opinion and I say okay, then leave it alone. It's all respect, like you said. But people these days aren't even taught respect your elders, so they're not going to respect anybody else either. And that's a bad thing to do. Oh, sorry. I'm bumping things. Yeah, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of them don't like men, period. whether you have boundaries or not. They just don't like men. Around these parts, I call them lesbian. I said it. Not really. I understood what you said. I don't say things correctly either. I say things wrong. Things don't come out right. Yes, Oliver, the camera is following you everywhere. He said, look at me. I'm the white guy on the green grass. And you can kiss my, as he walks away. Oh, that's a big train. Probably one of those guys that's going to keep tooting his own horn. He said, I hate to toot my own horn, but that's my job. Oh, shit. Always arguing about rock, paper, and scissors. Oh, shit. Nothing wrong with a good game of rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, throat punch. That one always gets them. Nobody ever expects that. Rock, paper, scissors, throat punch. With a strap on. See, that statement right there is the reason why I say that they're men haters, because they use a fake man's equipment, so they still like the D, they just don't like men, is the way I look at it. If they were truly into women, then they would only use women parts to play with, is my outlook. So I think that for me it's just, you hate men because you still like parts of us, you just don't like us. Yeah, I know a lot of them that are, especially the older generation. They don't hate men, but they're also not cramming their beliefs down somebody's throat about how they are. But that was just my opinion. Yes, the younger fools. That was just my opinion. that if you were really just into women, then why are you using toys that are shaped like men's anatomy to have fun with? Because we all know they use everything under the sun. Hairbrushes. We won't even get into that. That's a whole nother story on how women will say men will fuck anything, and you start making a list of the shit they use to play with. Now, what statement is true? Men will fuck anything, or women will fuck anything? I don't know. This video is probably going to get me all kinds of hate mail, but at least people are watching it, so I'm ready for it. But yeah, I never care what anybody does. You do you, and I'll do me. Oh shit. I laugh about that statement because I had a friend of mine that we went to a club one night when we were younger, and he walked in and saw the biggest girl in the club, and he was like, "I'm gonna go do some hog hunting." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yep." He ended up leaving with the girl for about 30 minutes or so, and came back. So I was just like, ain't no damn way in hell, man. But that was his exact term, was when he walked in, he said, "About to do some hog hunting." Oh shit. I know I probably sound weird today to a lot of people, but I'm in a good mood. I've been depressed for a long time, but things are looking better, so. Yeah. Some of them even have it in their purse to get you along the way. Be like, "You want to go for a cheeseburger? I got one. Come on." Hey, there's nothing scandalous about it. It's our opinions and our truth as we see it. Whether they think that's scandalous, that's up to them. I'd like to be paid to be on the radio because I know I don't have a face for television. I don't even have a face for radio, so. And I hate the sound of my own voice, so probably wouldn't work on radio either. If I thought I could do something, I would start a podcast and be like, "Let's talk shit about whatever." I would, but all I know are old dad jokes. And things like that. So I'm not a good storyteller. That'd be great. I'd love to get on there and we talk about whatever, and I give you my own opinion on whatever conversation you want to have. Because a podcast is all about controversy and getting people to call in and do that stuff. And tonight's guest is an asshole from the South that has an opinion. You have to let me know when you start it and what it is, because I will definitely watch it or listen to it. I'm not for sure if podcasts are videotaped or just recorded, but I'm cool either way. And at least if you start one, hopefully you have a hotline that I can call in and, ooh, pick me, I have an opinion. That's what I like about being here, because you get so many different people that chime in and want to talk about different stuff. And I think that's awesome. So I wish more people would chime in with opinions or start a subject. But if they don't, I get that as well. Hey, there you go. That's a good subject. A fresh take on mental health. Yeah. Because that's a bad thing, mental health. But it's real. And there's a lot of things in life that are terrible. I know about it because after that last stroke, I mean, depression and things are real. It's an issue. And they've always have been, but they definitely a bigger issue these days. But I'm pretty sure there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I see something glowing ahead. But it's probably my luck. It's just a train coming through that's going to run me over. But I'm going to head toward the light and see what's on the other side. Not the proverbial, however that word is said, light from beyond, but the light into the unknown. As long as I wake up on the right side of the dirt, I gotta keep on keeping on, just like Joe Dirt said. And Dog Dad Joe agrees. You gotta keep on keeping on. Even if for 8 years your only friend is a deflated volleyball. You gotta wake up on that island alone, but you gotta keep on going. Well said. Had to say it. Yeah, I agree. That's one way to get over it is it's bad, but I mean there's a positive side to everything. And I heard somebody say once, no matter how bad it is, it ain't that bad. You run into it's real hard whenever somebody has they're at that spot where there's nothing is going to ever turn out, but it will. I get that. I mean, that's what a lot of people do is a lot of comedians and things, they past experiences, they look at it and put a twist on it. So I always listen to the jokes, but I also think about where they originated from because it's hard to tell a joke if you have no experience of what you're joking about, I guess you would say. I mean, I used to make jokes after I had my third stroke. Was my what was the joke? Let me think. Oh yeah, it was something about my golf game has improved because I'm 3 strokes under 50 because I had 3 strokes before the age of 50, so I was making golf jokes. My game's improving. I'm 3 strokes under 50. So yeah, you have to laugh about it because it's traumatic. It's happened. I can't turn back the clock and unstroke myself in any sense of that form. So you have to just laugh about it. If I have any more, I'm pretty sure they're just going to read my medical records on a ship while everybody's paddling to get across the ocean. Stroke, 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 stroke. So yeah, life is what you make it. Or as the movie said, life what you make it. You like to see homos naked? No, 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 no. Life what you make it. Water boy. So yeah, things happen. Can't change it. Can't dwell on it. So joke about it, move on. I tell everybody they should live life like my dogs. If they can't eat it or have sex with it, they just piss on it and walk away. And that's the way life should be. That's right. It's how you make it. So yeah, I live life like dogs. If I can't eat it, I can't have sex on it, piss on it, just walk away. It's that simple. Somebody says something you don't like, say your opinion, and walk away. It's always been my question. I don't care. Do you pay my bills? Then shut up. It's mother and daughter duo. Yeah, well, I got to start taking life differently because I think somewhere along the lines that it decided that I should take it hard. But I want to take life easy. Easy does it. And that's just the way it should be. Take life easy. Nobody's getting out of here alive, so enjoy it while you're here and laugh about it along the way. I mean, I have to laugh about life because this overgrown behemoth here just had a bath about 3 days ago, and he decided to roll in the dirt today. He's going to need another one. I should be mad about that, but I'm not. It's just life. That was really okay. I get that. I've I think everybody's had those thoughts, but I more lean towards the I'm going to be homicidal before I am suicidal. I would be one of those that before I take myself out, I'm going to take out what's bothering me. And I'm going to go get 3 meals in a cot and live the rest of my day in a cell, protecting my booty. Okay, that's a good reason to start it because that is, yes, you are not alone. And it's a lot better to let people know that it's out there. People are dealing with this. But no matter how bad life is, as you said, you're not alone. Everything you do is you're not alone. I This year's been rough. We'll just say that. And I have been down in the dumps for a minute about some things. And I've had bad thoughts about this, that. I wouldn't act on them, but they're thoughts in my head. And some people take it beyond that, and that's bad. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good thing that you, as a person, understand the thoughts in your head, and that you actually have somebody that cares enough to help you when they know that you're having those thoughts, to do something as simple as taking your Ruger to your brother's. That's awesome. So, yes, I get that. I just wake up every day. I go to bed every night, just knowing that tomorrow's got to be better. And if it's not, then all I got to do is survive tomorrow and go to bed with the same thought. Tomorrow is better. I know that mindset gets old, but it helps you. You get through it. And brother, never feel alone. I'm always on here, and I'm always checking messages. So feel free to drop one, and I will tell you, like I've told Rolly, that in my description is my email address. I don't give my phone number out to anybody or everybody, but there's a few friends on here that are really good people that have helped me just by listening to me talk and shoot the shit. So you shoot me an email. It's in the description, and I'll give you my number. And anytime you feel bad or you want to talk and joke, hit me up. Because yeah, that's the worst thing is the I feel alone shit, because that thought is real, and it's very crippling to people. Yep, I get that. I have the dogs that keep me going. That and the thought about there's people on the other side that I actually want to see again. So I will do what I got to do to make it. I think is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm serious that my email's in the description. Shoot me an email. Hell, you've been funny and cool and all that stuff, so I'll give you my number. You can text me, call me anytime. That my daughter's the reason why I can see light at the end of the tunnel, because she won't let me give up. She always tells me, I know, Dad, going through hard times, but everybody needs a little help. Kids are great for that reason, if you have good kids. Look at Oliver. He's just asleep. Pretty sure the only thought in his mind and the care in his world is when's dinner. There's my baby girl. That's Daddy's girl right there. Just chilling. Everybody sprawled out somewhere. We got Molly and Ollie up here laying down. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I'm missing 6 and 7. Okay. I had to get up and find the other two. I start freaking out when they start disappearing. They're not really disappearing, but they were somewhere I could not see them. Do, 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 do. Don't know where to go after a conversation like this, but I get what you're feeling and what you're saying. I'm not ignoring you. I think it would be rude to laugh it off and change the subject. But I do know all I can tell you is you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Oh, see? Gotta laugh it off because it's some serious shit. I don't know how that can be. Teddy gets under the bench. We have a nice breeze going out here today. As you can see, the shadow of the trees are moving in the picture. He gets underneath the bench where I'm pretty sure there's no air. And he just likes to lay under there. He's just hanging out. That's what they're all doing. Lazy days and Mondays gets them down. Literally. Down for the count, down for the count, down for the count. Hell, they're all somewhere down for the count. Or they're just laying there until I move next. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to you getting a podcast set up, because I would definitely like to listen to it. And I'll chime in. I think it might be a fairly nice day here today. It's almost 86 degrees, but the humidity's under 80. And when you live in the South, that's a hell of a day. I can take the heat. I just don't like the humidity. I live in it, and I've gotten used to it, but I don't like it. Shit. I wonder if my messaging froze up again. I haven't gotten any comments in a second, so. If it did, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what everybody's saying. My last message from OG was, yeah, my son saved me. Time and time again. That was the last message I got, so I'm not for sure if people are typing messages and I'm not getting them. Usually if that happens and Rolly's watching, he'll send me a text message and be like, people are typing, but you ain't saying nothing. I'm like, I can't get my messages. So that's a bad thing when that happens. And they're off. I have no idea what they were chasing, but that's where they went. Well, everybody, the dogs have disappeared. All right, you see, I just got a message that said I'm not getting messages that people are typing, so I'm gonna get off of here and get my day started. But OG, I was serious. My email's in the description. Shoot me an email, and I'll get you my number. And anytime, brother, you want to talk or whatever, and I'm there. I used to be a truck driver, so I can wake up at the drop of a hat and be ready to have a conversation. That being said, everybody else, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in and saying hello and hi and having this conversation. Today has been a really good one because I've been on here a long time. I'll be back again soon, not for sure when. But everybody, stay strong and be kind to one another. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. And as always, Saturday nights at 9, I'm always here. Which is a terrible time because OG's gotta work that night. But if he loses this job, he might not have to, so he'll be there on Saturday nights. All right, that being a light note, you guys be safe in everything that you do and come back and join me again. Thanks for watching.